Hi, I'm Janet Hogan, co-founder and director of Botanica Weddings, and congratulations on your engagement and your upcoming wedding. Now, a few days ago, we emailed you a wedding survey, and look, I know what it's like. You go, I don't have time to fill out surveys. Or you might be like most couples and go, look, I just want a brochure and a quote. And that's how most of this wedding industry works. Most venues will send you some information and a price. The problem is, generally, what happens is that those quotes are set deliberately low to entice you in, get your booking, then they tend to just forget about you until 6 months out from your wedding date when all the upsells tend to pile up. And before you know it, your wedding budget is blown up by over 100%. And I'm not exaggerating here. That is the average is actually 109% of that budget's overrun. So little wonder we hear so much about brides stressing out and becoming bridezillas in the lead up to what is supposed to be the happiest day of their life. Now, at Botanica Weddings, we don't operate like that, which is why we won't simply email you a quote. Our mission is to make this the most stress-free, happy journey of your life. And that's why we absolutely insist on finding out what's important to you both before we even talk about what package to send you or what price to quote. And that's why we have this process where we send you a wedding survey. It doesn't just help us work out what's important for you, but it's really good in helping you guys clarify what's important to you. And then at some point, we have a phone consultation with one of our wedding experts. I totally understand that there are some things that you can buy online, like an iPhone or a holiday. But really, a wedding falls into a totally different category. This is potentially the most important day in your life. And there's just too much at stake to risk it with someone you hardly even know. The great thing about having a phone consultation is that it gives you a chance to try before you buy, to get to know us before you make that big commitment. What happens in the phone consultation is we take you on an online tour of the ideal destination wedding. So you get to know in advance rather than just try and work it out through photos and a wing and a prayer. We also answer any questions that you might have. And importantly, we give you information, things to be aware of that you might not otherwise know, because chances are you're doing this for the very first time. The other thing that is really important is that we quote you up front. So rather than just, have a deliberately low quote, we'd much rather that you went into this whole process with your eyes open and that you have a realistic idea of what your wedding is going to cost. Actually, one of our past brides wrote to us recently. This is what she said. If someone had just sent me a quote, I would have thought to myself, that's too much. But you can't put in writing all that you received with a Botanica wedding. Once I spoke to them and then saw the price, I had a completely different perspective and was happy to book. So you can see we do things differently. And our whole mission is to ensure that at the end of it, you guys are both very, very happy, and that you understand that it's not actually about getting the cheapest price. It's about getting the very best value for money, and that's what we're all about. And that's why we have so many happy couples writing such brilliant testimonials to us later. So send us the survey. At some point, we'll have a chat with you. And I'd like to say that there's absolutely no obligation. If you don't go on to book with us, that's absolutely fine. There are only so many weddings we can organise. In the Whitsundays, we have a limit of 160, and in Bali, currently our limit is 200 weddings a year. So really, the very worst case scenario is that you take away from it some really, really invaluable information. Anyway, I hope you're excited as I am about your upcoming wedding. Weddings are all we do. They're our specialty. We're absolutely dedicated to making this the very best day of your life. And I really hope that we hear from you soon. Thank you.